So I'm working on this Polaris four-wheeler, and I want to show you how the throttle safety mechanism works. And that's if your throttle cable or throttle slide stuck and the machine is still moving, it would be quite dangerous. You wouldn't be able to shut it down. Lots of people would just panic and probably run into something. So that's where this little safety mechanism comes in. So you see here, the cable's not attached right now. And as I open the throttle, see how that moves? And right here, there's a little switch. You see, whenever you open the throttle, the switch opens up. Now, this part of it here is independent of the bottom. Now, this is what pulls on the cable. But as you can see, whenever you open the throttle, it moves that arm at the same time. But if you let it go, the bottom part goes back and this part would stay. So that's to say, if the cable's stuck and you let go of the throttle, wanting to slow down, the bottom half would contact the switch and close that circuit. So now what the switch does is, on some machines it will kill the ignition completely, but on this one, it just retards the ignition or puts in a rev limiter into the ignition box that will it'll only rev at idle. It won't rev any higher than that. So that's what this one does, and I'm going to show you how it works in operation and what would happen if the throttle would stick. Alright, so say you are driving, throttle would be open, and as you can see, it runs fine. But whenever you close the switch, and now I try to rev it up, see how it doesn't want to go? So say you're driving half throttle, and the cable got stuck and the throttle got held open. So there you go, that's what would happen if your throttle's stuck, and that's how this little thing works. Why is this important? Well, sometimes when you're trying to figure out what's wrong with something, as if it's something to do spark related, like there's no spark, or it's hitting a limiter of some kind, or just not running right, and the throttle seems kind of funny, like it's sticking or something like that, this could usually be the cause, and that was the case with this one. The throttle cable was rusted inside, and it was stuck open, maybe a little bit above idle, and it was running rough, and it didn't want to stay running. It was sounding really weird, kind of like the way it just did, bouncing off that rev limiter. And that's what it ended up being, so I put a new cable on, and that's all it was.